Experts' latest investigation dispels myths about Pius XII and Rome's Jews. Pope Pius XII was not silent in front of the show nor inactive. He was, instead, very much committed to saving Jewish families, spoke out constantly against the Nazi regime, and set up a series of formal and informal initiatives that show that he was anything but Hitler's Pope. These are the conclusions of a series of investigations on archive material carried out by Deacon Dominic Overstains of the spiritual family The Work. Overstains' investigations include The Book of Memory by Liliana Picciotto, a Jewish researcher, which collects the names of all deported and killed Italian Jews, The History of Italian Jews under Fascism by Renzo De Felice, which outlines the history of 148 convents that saved many Jews, and the Vatican archives on Pius XII now open to the public. A former engineer, Overstains crossed data and used the math technique of extrapolation to analyze the numbers of killed and deported Italian Jews. His studies, presented in a series conferences and which he shared with CNA, shed light on Pius XII's intervention before and after the Nazi raid in Rome's Jewish ghetto. According to his study, there were 8,207 Jews in Rome before the Nazi raid on the Jewish ghetto on 16 October 1943. Out of these, 1,323 or 16% found refuge prior to the raid. 18 went to the Vatican extraterritorial properties, 393 to villages in the mountains around Rome, 368 to the private homes of friends, 500 to 49 different Roman convents, and 44 to parishes and pontifical colleges in Rome. Overstains reported. Pius XII was also able to help 152 Jews hidden in private homes under the protection of DELASM, the Delegation for the Assistance of Jewish Immigrants. In all, Pius XII gave support to some 714 Jews. The study also points out that Pius XII welcomed at least 30 Jewish scholars to the Vatican, where they worked and carried out their research in the Vatican museums and archive. After being fired from their institutions due to racial laws. Among them were Hermine Speyer, who began working in the Vatican as early as 1934, Fritz Wolbach, hired in the Vatican in 1939, and Erwin Stackold. 8 different testimonies reveal how Pius XII asked at least 49 convents to hide and house Jews, and declared those convents to be extraterritorial areas under the authority of the Vatican. Overstains found. According to Overstains, these numbers demonstrate that Pius XII was actively in favor of Jews well before the Nazi raiding of the ghetto in 1943. That Saturday, at dawn, 365 Nazi soldiers rounded up 1,351 Jews. Of them, 61 were released immediately, and another 258 were released after they were kept in a military college. Finally, before the train departed from Rome's Tiburtina station for Auschwitz, 2 other Jews were released. A little-known fact is that Pius XII and his collaborators were responsible for the release of 249 Roman Jews on that day, about 1/5 of those rounded up, Overstains said. Early in the morning of the day of the raid, according to Overstains' documents, Pius XII contacted the German ambassador Ernst von Weizsäcker to convince him to call Berlin and stop the roundup, but the ambassador did not act, Oversteins said. Then, through Father Pancratius Pfeffer, a well-regarded German priest superior of the Salvatorians, Pius XII contacted General Rainer Stahel, head of the German army in Rome at that time, who telephoned Himmler directly and convinced him to stop the raid at 12 noon. At the same time, the SS commander Dannecker received instructions from Berlin to free all Jews in mixed marriages and in service of Aryans. The raid in the central area of the city ended between 11 and 11:20 am, while in the outskirts of Rome, it ended by 1:20 p.m. of the 1,030 Jews deported to Auschwitz on 18 October. Only 16 would return after the war, according to Oversteins. The Germans kept their activity of searching, arresting, and deporting Jews even after the raid. From 18 October 1943 to January 1944, 96 Jews were arrested, according to Oversteins. Then, from 2 February 1944 onwards, 29 Jews were arrested in 5 Catholic colleges and 19 Jews in the Abbey of San Paolo, which was an extraterritorial territory of the Vatican. In March 1944, the situation became even more severe. From 21 March to 17 April, about 10 Jews were arrested and deported daily. And from 28 April to 18 May, 5 Jews were arrested and deported daily. Finally, the Jews had no choice but to flee or go underground. Pius XII hid 336 Jews in parishes and diocesan hospitals, Oversteins found. At the same time, he continued to send food and financial aid to Delason. Sources show that there were just 160 Jews in the Vatican and its 26 extraterritorial locations. This is because Pius XII's strategy was to hide Roman Jews in small groups in convents in Rome. From 10 September 1943 to 4 June 1944, Pius XII carried out 236 interventions in favor of Jews arrested in Rome and on their way to deportation. Following his interventions, 42 arrested Jews were released. In addition to the official channel of the Secretariat of State through the then substitute Giovanni Battista Montini, who would later become Pope Paul VI, Pius XII widely used the informal channel established by Father Pfeffer. Father Pfeffer, according to documents, visited the Secretariat of State every other day during the 8 months of intense Nazi persecution in Rome. In those meetings, he gave information on those arrested and received requests for release. Oversteins says that more clarity about Pius XII's commitment to Roman Jews will come to light now that the Vatican archives of his pontificate have been opened to investigators.